Welcome back, everyone. Chancellor Darrell T. Allison has been leading Fayetteville State University as its 12th chancellor for 5 years. His dedication to student success, community partnership, and the future of FSU embodies the university's motto, res non verba, deeds, not words. I had a chance to speak to him to see how these 5 years has been like. Take a look. Welcome to What's Hot, Chancellor Allison. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be with you and your team, Mr. Cook.
First of all, we've been trying to book you on the show since we started, and I really appreciate you coming on. 5 years, like that, take me through that. Like 2021, you were announced as the Chancellor of Fayetteville State, the second oldest public institution in the state of North Carolina. What does that feel to you? How does it feel to be serving this institution for 5 years?
Well, it's an honor. It's very humbling. You may have leaders, right, who head kind of gets enlarged when you assume a position like this. But you hit on the history. The second oldest public university in all of North Carolina. And you think about our founders in 1867, 7 men of color. 2 years post-Civil War. And so when you think about what they and the community put on the line to try to initiate something that would ultimately be Fayetteville State University, and in 1867, to be the 12th chancellor of something that rich, that powerful, is very humbling to me. And so that's the approach that I've taken these 5 years. There'll one day be a 13th chancellor and a 14th chancellor, right? But as long as I'm here, I want to make sure that I'm honoring the greats who beyond themselves launched something that they themselves would not be beneficiaries of. Yeah. And I want to be a good caretaker and a good steward. And honor them by doing the work that we've been doing. So I've always want to make sure that we're grounded in service, and so it's been a pleasure.
You know, when it was announced that you were going to be the chancellor, it was some backlash, right? And but 5 years later, now people are praising you, and how did that negative energy motivate you to want to prove those people wrong? Yeah. Like those alumni and those students that say, oh, he doesn't have an educational background, he shouldn't be chancellor, right? But I think that people see that you were the chancellor that this institution needed at that time. Did that motivate you to prove them wrong?
Yeah, so it's a good question, and no. So if you live your life having the need to have those kind of motivators, that's not a good quality life. The second thing is, although you can take things personally, the bottom line, Mr. Cook, is that they did not know me personally.
Exactly. That's
right? And so somebody can create a narrative and things of that nature. No, I don't have a PhD, and I didn't come up through the ranks of academia and things of that nature.
You have a law degree.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
But not a terminal.
Yes. Yeah.
Degree. And so I am from a small town. It used to be a textile town, and we had one high school, right? So everybody, somebodies, the not so bodies, and nobodies, right? We were all in that one high school, and Kannapolis, my hometown, that's where I got my grounding. Gotcha. And we worked, and so I just knew that when I got here, it was going to be very important for me to be a Bronco and not a show pony. And that is, when we get here, let's get about the work. Let's make sure that we're engaging with the various stakeholders. We're listening to their needs, primarily their students, and you see that reflected here on the campus. And I'm a big believer that how you go about work, being collaborative, embracing, bringing everyone in, better our chances for success. And remember, as we have successes, remember, it's not a me. We have to turn that M upside down to make it we.
Yeah.
And as we stay focused, coming together, we're not going to always agree, but we can be agreeable to the best of our ability. And we do what we say we're going to do. Rest non-verbal, deeds not words. Yeah. And you begin to put those points on the scoring board. It's amazing how we, the collective, feel better. We feel inspired. We feel listened to, heard, and we can get much done. And so we made some progress. We're trending well. We haven't reached the mountaintop yet. But these are some of the things that I wanted to make sure that that's to kind of the way I've always operated. I'm a collaborative partner, and we're getting to get the work done.
Yeah, I love listening to you. I only been here for 2 years. I transferred from your alma mater in North Carolina Central University. We'll get into that a little later. But listen to you, like your speeches and when we're opening a Chick-fil-A or you're talking in different interviews, you always say, and you just said it now, we. You talk about you and your administration as a leader in higher education. Why is that so important to people watching this? When you are in leadership, to acknowledge the people behind you, why is that so important?
It's the definition of leadership. So the root word of leader is lead. Now listen, you could be all that in a bag of chips and be walking down the path. Yeah. If you don't have folks following you, you're just taking a nature walk. But if you understand the responsibility that others are not only leaning on what you say, but probably more importantly on what you do, and you want to continue to be an effective leader, you move in the masses here, you better be mindful of your vocabulary. And again, people are motivated, inspired to that which they are connected to. And you can get so much done, so much more done. And by thinking that way, operating that way, you're not going to lose anything by sharing, by partnering, by collaborating.
Yeah.
You're actually going to amplify that which you are endeavoring to do. That's how we've done it here, and I'm most proud.
Since you've been in office, FSU has grown so much, and it's still growing today, from enrollment to a new residence hall to new dining options. And now a health and wellness center that's being built right now as we speak. Why is it so important to build and grow Fayetteville State University?
Well, I don't know of the importance. Now you can build it and they will come.
Yeah.
That's not what we've done here. We built it because we're growing and expanding. The people are responding, and so that's critically important. So we're in communications, and you do a great job, and you can appreciate this. When I came here to Fayetteville State University, we were right at 5,700 students. Today we're at 7,600, and probably be 8,000 plus come fall. Now, Mr. Cook, there's not enough money, and we surely don't have it in our coffers to pay for that kind of advertising and recruiting. So what's happening? What's happening is, we do our fair part in terms of making sure that the broad masses are aware of Fayetteville State. But what I believe is happening, and I'm so excited about, is actually students. It's actually the students that come here and they feel so good about their university that they're going back to their communities, going back to their high schools or community colleges and telling other students about it. Now again, we could build buildings and still be at 5,600, 5,700.
Understood.
But we're building because we have to. We need capacity, as we know, because we led the state for the first time in history in enrollment. Percentage-wise, a little over 7% this past year. And again, what brings a smile on my face, it's not because we put a lot of money in advertising. I believe what's happening is at the kitchen table, in the community. Some of our Broncos are telling folks about, hey, you got to get down there and visit Fayetteville State and come take a visit, and they see, oh man, it's true, and so I'm excited about that kind of growth. It is our motto, res non verba, less words and more demonstration, and as long as we are keeping our focus in that regard, sensitive to the price point, making sure that we're making investments as much as possible. That's why I'm excited about something that we innovated, no one else, free summer school for our students. And so on average, a little under 70% of all of our students take advantage of that, because we want you to get it done in 4 years or less. And we're mindful of the cost. You know, Mr. Cook, that while you're here, many of our students work. And so we're looking for opportunities where we can implement those paid internships. So I'm excited the fact that we're getting close to $8 million that has been expended by companies and agencies and providing paid internships for our students, so that while they're getting good grades, they're also getting that experience, so that in the end of their 3 to 4 years, they got good jobs. And when you got that kind of good, that makes for a good story and testimony when you share with others. And I think all of that rolled in is happening here. And so that's the kind of good growth I think we want to have, and I like the trend.
You know, I think sports is one thing that I think is a good selling point as well when it comes to, you know, it seems like every year we're winning a CIAA championship or something. You think that helps too when promoting, at the, like you said, at the kitchen table, you know, being a part of that culture and being part of that student life that, oh, they're winning championships. You think that's a good driving
Yeah, well, you tell me, Mr. Cook.
Yeah.
So when you think about the CIAA basketball tournament
the oldest
in Baltimore, this is past season, the championship games for the women and our men were broadcasted on ESPN2. ESPN Plus. No, ESPN2, the championship.
The championship was on too, yes.
ESPN2. National broadcast, maybe international. So think about the brand. We not only had our men playing in the championship, but we had our women playing in the championship right before our men. So Fayetteville State University, Broncos, was on national, some say international, television for over 5 hours on a Saturday. Again, you can't
beat that.
You can't buy that.
No.
You can't buy that. And so the answer is yes. And in terms of winning, what I'm excited about, and we don't tout it as much, but I'm excited about it. In my 5 years, Fayetteville State University, about 11 programs, we won 29 CIAA championships. That's nearly 6 championships per year. That's historic on many different levels. And that's what's happening here at the great Fayetteville State University. And so once you understand that, you have many hooks, many appealing things that kind of draw individuals in, maybe forensic science for some, and business for others. But you do have a segment that's really connected to the athletics, and to know that we're not only doing well, but very well in that level, that all helps.
We'll be right back with much more with Chancellor Allison when we return right after this. Welcome back, everyone. We are still here with Fayetteville State's 12th Chancellor, Darrell T. Allison, who's celebrating his fifth year anniversary leading this institution. So, Chancellor Allison, 5 years, what has these 5 years taught you about yourself as a leader?
Well, I'll tell you, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, I can't be any more motivated to ensure that we're doing right by you, our students. And so I'm never fully satisfied in that area, because it's a big responsibility. I know what North Carolina Central University, then went to Carolina Law School. I know how much it had an impact in my life, in my trajectory.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that that we're doing well for our students, because we have a limited period of time, Ms. Cook, for you. And 10 years down the road for you, 20 years down the road for you, you will look back and you will say, was it a positive? Was it net negative? And I really want to make sure that every student that we have, that we get them, we keep them, we get them across the finish line, but that we really enriched their lives, because as we have done it for them, it's only going to be a benefit to their family, and then they're going to infuse community, and that's how we change society. So it's a motivating, a humbling, but a real thing, that it really does come down to the student, and do I really feel like we're doing our very best for them? And I'm never satisfied in that regard. So we're always going to be striving for you.
You are one of the sharpest chancellors in all HBCUs. That's a hot take, but I'm standing by it, right? Since I got here, I was like, this dude is sharp. Like, I'm trying to keep up with him. Like, how many students do you have, Chancellor?
I got a few.
What do you mean by a few? 30, 20?
I got a few students. I got a few. Listen, that's the uniform.
Oh, exactly, but I love it.
That's the uniform.
And you mix you match them well. You got the double breast, and sometimes you got the wide lapels. You got the three-piece.
This is because I have a beautiful wife by the name of Lanisa, who will be celebrating next month 28 years of marriage.
We love Black Love. That's a clap off right there. Thank you.
So long as and she will say, as long as I keep listening, and, more than not listening, I'll do well across the board here.
No, I just love how you dress. This is very sharp. Yeah. Okay, commencement is coming up, right? And a lot of HBCUs around our state have announced their commencement speaker. Can you tell us, or do you have a date on when we will hear who the commencement speaker?
So for our undergrad, we're going to have a fabulous speaker, legendary, and so more to come there. Let me tell you what I'm excited about our graduate ceremony.
Okay,
we're doing something for the first time we've never done.
What?
Instead of going to try to find somebody in highways and byways, we're implementing something here, Mr. Cook, where we're going to let our graduate student be the guest speaker, the main speaker. And so we've got 4 colleges, so we're alphabetizing, and we really want it to be where from our students and from our faculty, they nominate who they would like to be our speaker, and so we're implementing that for the first time this commencement. So I won't tell you who that is, but it's going to be very powerful, because think about it. Very few people remember who the speaker was and what they said, because it's a powerful thing. Yeah. But the idea that our graduates are going to have one of their own, who's been right there with them in the tough times, right, and navigating. I think that's going to have a very more of a lasting impression and more impactful. So we're excited about that. So more to come.
Soon come.
We're excited.
Okay. Thank you so much to Chancellor Darrell T. Allison for sitting down with us. We'll be right back.